Hello, what's up, fellow YouTubers or viewers, whatever you want to call it. Welcome to another episode of Car Talks. Bienvenidos. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I mean, if I ever do upload it, I know the last time I was here, which you guys probably haven't seen because I didn't upload it. I was supposed to be consistent with the uploading until the end of the year. That didn't happen, but before we get too far into it, today's La Victorias. I think it's it's Victoria. It's called Vicky Chamoy. So it's La Victorias, but with chamoy in it, right? And I have had it before, so I know what it tastes like. I've actually had it recently. A couple of I had one last week. So it is one that my go-to favorites. You know, if I need to down a beer, you know, something that's smooth, sweet, I'll drink this. Before I open it, since I am tracking my calories again, we are in the new year, so 155 calories per 12 ounce, so 150, that's 310 calories. 26, so 52 calories, or 52 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein, no grams of fat. So it's basically just carbs. And if I remember correctly, because I'm tracking my macros on the app, I got nothing but carbs to burn right now. So it's a good thing I got this because there's no fat in it. I don't know if you noticed though, I mixed it just quite a little bit, and that's just so the chamoy mixes around. I don't know if you're supposed to. I think it tells you not to. But I mean, then again, when does anybody listen when you read anything? Oh, that is sweet. I don't know if you guys have ever tried the tamarindo candy. So it's a hard candy, but just spit. It's made of tamarindo, right? And then on the inside, it has like a gooey middle. If you're Mexican, you should know what it is. It looks like a little, I don't fucking know. It looks like one of these fucking things. The little orange fucking little nut thing. The one in the middle. Looks like one of those, but it's like a maroon color or like a dark purple color. And it's tamarindo inside, and it tastes exactly like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to a Mexican store, look for some candies, hard tamarindo candies, and try it out. This one I'll rate it now before I forget. I'd say it's about 8. It's about 8. It would be higher if it wasn't for the fact of it. What is that called? If it wasn't for the fact that it's just sweet and like you can't really taste the beer, you know, and I don't want to say like it takes away from the buzz or anything, but this is brewed and canned by Cervecería Modelo Nava, Mexico, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. 3.5% alcohol volume. So it's pretty low. I mean, I don't know. I know anytime that I go to a restaurant or to a bar, if they got IPAs and stuff like that, I know IPAs tend to have a higher alcohol volume content. I'll always look for anything above 8. Just be warned if you do decide to have a beer in the 8s, 9, 10. That is an instant buzz, especially if you chug it, and has a strong flavor to it. You know, I'm not professional enough to say like, oh, it's the hops or that beer's hoppy. I've heard that before, and I don't really. I'll just go off of flavor. You know, I won't give it a name because I don't know what names are out there. Like, I don't know what a stout beer is. I just drink it, and then I'll tell you if it's good or if it's not good, or would I drink it again or would I not drink it again. I don't know. let's get down with current events. You know what's happened since the last time I made a video. Made a video, I think 2 weeks ago. I think before Christmas. Yeah, so Christmas already went by, New Year's went by. We're already in the first week of January. And I'm saying it so when I post it, you guys can see how long it takes me to actually post the video. So I'm trying to hold myself accountable here. I know in previous videos I said I was going to post more. That didn't happen. The reasoning for not uploading, there's no reason. There is time. It's just easier to not do anything, you know. So yeah, the new year came in. I got a what's it called? A slow cooker. It was gifted to me by my wife. So now I'm using a slow cooker when I make some recipes. Which is cool. I love to cook. And then she got me some creatine. Some flavored creatine that just came out. I don't really know the name of it, but you know, she bought me gifts that she knows I like to do. She knows I like cooking, right? So, and I've told her it sucks, you know, that we don't have a slow cooker because I can't make none of these recipes that I see and they look pretty good. And what would be the other one? The other one is, sorry, there's a guy over here cleaning his windows, distracted me. And then the other one was a creatine, right? And the creatine, well, I love going to the gym, I love working out, and I always need creatine. I always run out because I take that on a daily basis. You should take it on a daily basis. I take 1 scoop, which is 5 milligrams. I've seen a lot of studies where they tell you you could take maybe 2.5 grams. You don't have to take the full 5 grams. Your body can't absorb all of it. There's just so many people, so many influencers, so many YouTube videos about fitness, about supplements, what supplements you should take, what supplements you shouldn't take. So it's a little bit everywhere, you know, and in my opinion, from what I've seen on myself, and because I'm my only test dummy, right? So I test everything on myself to see what it's like. Obviously, I do my research, and you know, I watch a couple of videos, research, and then I go off of that. If the guys that I follow or whatever say it's cool, obviously, you know, you don't want to follow people that are full of shit, but you won't know until something happens, you know, like per se Liver Key, which everybody knows he was a natty, but that doesn't matter to me, you know, because some people need to enhance, some people need to do steroids or, you know, TRT or whatever, and none of that is out of the norm. I mean, if it's available, you can use it, you know. If it's going to help you get to your goals, do it. You know, I'm not one to tell you no. I take creatine. I take some whey protein occasionally, not all the time, depending if I hit my macros or not. Like let's say I've only had like 190 grams of protein for the day in my foods and everything, and I'm about to go to bed. Okay, I'll just make a quick little shake. Boom, I'll take it. There's a lot of skepticism of whether there's an anabolic window, or which would mean a window in which case after you work out, there's a window that you have to take the protein and your body will consume it a lot faster, which supposedly, from what I've seen, it doesn't matter. You can have it at any time. Your body's going to break it down or consume it at any given time. I think I was just rambling there. Sorry if it's a little fast. I just feel like I have a lot to say and not enough time to do it. A lot of ideas in my head that'll eventually go poof after recording for 5 minutes or so, you know? But yeah, so that's what I got for Christmas. 2 things I like, 2 things that'll make me make more content too, you know? I mean, I'm trying to get into the gym, I'm trying to record. I am going to get into the gym finally for the new year, because I didn't go the last couple of weeks because I'm just taking a break, you know? Taking a break, enjoying the holidays. So from Thanksgiving to Christmas, instead of your typical 4 or 5 days that I was doing a week, I cut that down to maybe 4 days. Some weeks it was just 3 days. Some weeks it was just two. Some weeks it was just one. I'd go one day and I do whatever, I do some cardio. I do a couple of weight machines, biceps, back, try to hit as much as I could, and then I'd be out. That's it. And I wouldn't go back until the following week. And that's if I went back. Last week I didn't go at all. Just completely just took a break. And for people out there like, oh man, it's bad to take a break. No, it's not. It is definitely not. It is not bad for you to take a break from the gym because your body's going to fully recover. There's days that, like I want to go get water the other day. So I have 2 5-gallon water jugs. And just carrying those going in the house, I was like, damn, I got a little pump. And it feels good. That I don't have to do much. And your blood's flowing and I feel the muscles working. And it's cool. I miss that feeling. I also took a break on counting the calories. Tracking what I ate and, just trying to lose weight or trying to get big. I was just going to take it easy for the month of December after Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, I ate whatever I wanted, whatever they served. It was tamales, I think, that we had on Thanksgiving. And then for Christmas was tamales. I don't know what the hell we had. What do we have? I don't know what we had for Thanksgiving. Forgot already. I went to my mom's house. We had caldo de res, I think. Yeah. So basically, I ate anything that I wanted to, in moderation. Obviously, when you're going past your limit. So I was drinking a lot. I was eating a lot. Any day after Thanksgiving, it was just constant feeding. If I was hungry, I ate. And obviously, I watched what I was eating. I wasn't like just eating chips. Or, hey, give me 3/4 pounders with cheese and eating that. No, I was trying to, moderate what I was eating and using the naked eye to know what's going on. And, when you're doing this for so long, you kind of know, hey, this has a certain amount of calories. This has a certain amount of calories. Whether it be, let's say you did go to McDonald's, and I got instead of a double, I just got a regular 1/4 pounder with cheese. And instead of a large fries, I just get a regular fry, whatever. And then instead of getting the ranch and the barbecue and all the sauces, I get no sauces and just eat it like that. Or like throw away the buns. I mean, some people do all kinds of stuff, and sorry, I'm getting a phone call here, but we're not going to answer that. We're busy at the moment. That I didn't know who it was. But so I was eating, consuming everything, and then obviously Christmas comes around, another holiday. People eat, there's food, there's drinks, there's all kinds of shit, right? Why would you want to be in a cutting phase when you're going to be around so much food, so much temptation, so many things of that, most people would break at that point, Imagine like, oh, I've been fasting for 2 days. Like, oh my God, tamales. You smell the tamales in the air. You smell the pozole. You smell everything. I don't know why I say tamales. Like I'm white or some shit. So hueles los tamales and you're like, God damn, son. And then you break. And then you're looking for salsa. You're looking for fucking whatever the fuck's out there. Just so you can eat the food, right? And then there you go. You broke your diet. You broke whatever you were trying to do. You broke your fast. Like why put yourself in situations where you're most likely to fail? Like if it was No Nut November, I wouldn't be going to orgies. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm strong. No. That is not going to work. Or I wouldn't be, let's say if I was diabetic, I wouldn't go into a candy store by myself looking for candies. Like that's a recipe for failure. Unless you got diabetes from not candies or something else, but you get my point. Like, let's say, what else? Let's say, I don't know. I ran out of examples, but don't set yourself up for failure. And for me, so I gave myself around November, I started just slowing down on the counting and, just put myself in maintenance mode. And maintenance calories is just consuming enough to maintain the body weight that I have. I dropped down to 200 pounds, like went up to 213 pounds. And for the past month and a half, I have maintained 213 pounds. I mean, it was 0.2, 0.4, 0.8, but it's still 213 pounds. Obviously, my fat percentage went up a little bit. I'm not worried. And now I'm starting today, I am tracking my calories. I want to see what I've actually been eating, how much I've been eating. I just want to know what have I been intaking on a daily basis so I can track those calories. And okay, if I've been maintaining the 213 pounds at the calories that I'm eating, okay, so I'm going to drop that down maybe 200-300 and see if I drop a couple of pounds. The goal is to hit 200 pounds by my birthday, which is 5 months away, 4.5 months away. And that should be no big deal. That should be a fucking walk in the park, you know. And I don't need to lose weight drastically, so I'm not making drastic changes. If I drop a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, that's fine for me. You know, I'm staying active, I'm building muscle, I'm eating what I want to eat. I'm not worried about, oh, how do I look? Oh, I didn't lose 10 pounds in a week. It shouldn't be like that, okay? If you're not going to be a competitive bodybuilder, or if you're not a model, or I mean, I don't know why people would lose weight. You know, if you're not competing, you're not gonna get money for it or anything like that. Then if you're doing it for health purposes, because you're sick or you need to be at a certain weight or whatever, fine. If not, like if I didn't have to, like I have a goal, and my goal is to be in the best shape of my life before I hit 40. So I got a couple of years. I won't tell you how many, but I got a couple of years to get that. And I am gonna sign up to go get my blood work, check out how everything's doing internally. Obviously they're gonna tell me I'm too big, but fuck them. Yeah, you only live once, and I'm not gonna live my life like I'm not gonna stop myself from having a Cinnabon. I love Cinnabons, and if you're putting in the work, I don't see why you can't have a cheat day. If you're constant. Now, if you fucked up all week, you don't get no cheat day. You got to earn the cheat days. And not even a cheat day, a cheat meal. Okay? Sometimes when it's a day, you may go a little overboard. But let's say you did 3 months of dedicated, low calorie. You're losing weight, you're cutting, you're just boom. If you have one day to just eat whatever the fuck you want, it's not going to destroy your shit. Because the next day, guess what? You're hopping back up to where you need to be. That one day was not a big deal. Alright, so Christmas, eating, New Year's. New Year's was more eating, more drinking. No New Year's resolutions. I'm not really that kind of guy. It's not a new year, new me. It's a new year, changing me, because we're always changing. Well, I try to stay in a constant mode of changing, whether it be health, whether it be whatever I'm focusing on, whether it be work, whether it be whatever the case may be that's going on in your life. If you're trying to make something better, then at least you're changing, right? And those New Year's resolutions, like the making the goals, a lot of people that I know make ridiculous, like one that's always up there is, oh, I'm gonna eat less, oh, I'm gonna be healthier this year, oh, I'm not gonna drink. And it's like, those are all things that you shouldn't wait until the end of the year to start doing. Those are things that you should be doing regularly. Why do you have to wait until after New Year's to all of a sudden stop drinking? If you're gonna stop drinking, stop drinking. If you're gonna stop smoking, stop smoking. Why pick the end of the year to start doing that? It's just weird. I don't know. All right, this year I'm not gonna sleep with women. It's gonna happen. This year I'm not gonna have a beer. I'm gonna fucking drink. I know myself enough to know that I would break. And it's not that, oh, the self-motivation or whatever. It's just, or that, oh, hey, you don't have no self-control. You have no discipline. Look, when it comes to the discipline, if I don't If there's not a reason for me to do it, and if it's just me, like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me having a beer occasionally. I can have a beer like I'm having a beer now, and I'm not gonna go run off to the store and buy a 12 pack. I'm not gonna hit up my dealer. Not saying that I have one, but I'm not gonna hit up a guy that sells drugs. I'll be like, hey, give me a 8 ball, and then I want some heroin, and then I'm gonna do that. I don't go off the rails like that. I can have a beer, be comfortable with my own skin, have a smoke, and that's it. I'm good. And then wake up tomorrow, go to work, get back on my routine, count my calories. In which case, like, some people make those and they'll last, what, a week, 2 weeks. Some people last a day. I've already seen posts where people are like, oh, broke that shit. 2026, that'll be the year. I mean, it just goes on and on, you know? It's a never-ending cycle. You know, like, something realistic would be like, okay, I'm going to drink less than I did last year. That's doable, sure. I'm gonna smoke every other day instead of every day. That's a change in itself. I mean, it's still bad for you, but you know, I don't know. Just the New Year's resolutions are, I don't know. It's like I said, I don't get the point of let's do stupid shit all year and then New Year's will change. We're creatures of habit. That doesn't really happen. And then I've seen people that completely stop or completely sober and stuff like that, and you know, good for you. So I applaud you. Like, congratulations. And then you hear their stories and stuff, and you're like, yeah, dude, you should definitely not be drinking. Dudes are blacking out. They were doing all kinds of drugs. They were treating everybody around them like shit. And yeah, okay, there's a problem there, buddy. You don't want to fucking die alone? Change, you know? I mean, it would be nice to know what it's like to be 2 years sober, 3 years sober, but at the same time, it's like I only live once, and I don't really feel like I should neglect myself from enjoying these small things. Like, hey, I don't really drink wine. What if I have a glass of wine, you know, occasionally? It doesn't mean I'm gonna go find a fucking keg or a winery and start stealing their grapes and planting my own grapes, and I'm not gonna do all that other stuff. I think everything is okay to have in moderation, you know? Like, you can have a pint. I don't know if that's just the big ass glass. I'm not saying finish a keg in a night, you know? But I feel like some people do need regulations, you know, to help them with their issues, their control. I mean, and sometimes I feel like some people go off the rails because, I mean, it's happened to me sometimes too when I was drinking back in a couple years ago, or when I was young or whatever. You know, you got demons, so you drink to suppress that, and sometimes you drink a little too much. Half the time I was going to parties, I was throwing up. Not the best. I remember it, and I was completely aware of what the hell was going on, and I just couldn't control myself from not throwing up. And that's what sucks. In those days, yes, that I should have not been drinking. I should have just stopped, because every time I put a beer in my mouth, it was just, that's it. I had one, pedal to the metal. I'm drinking anything that I see inside. And now it's I learned some self-control. Now I drink this, we're good. I have a cigarette, it's a cigarette. Not smoking the whole pack in the night. No. You know, and that's a whole lot better than where I was before. That's why I say it's constant changing. Instead of, I mean, you can do cold turkey. I'm not saying don't. A lot of people do. It's just I don't feel like that's for me. You know, I don't see the need for me to have to do that. Now, if we were to sit here with the whole group of my family and stuff, they'd probably tell you like, oh no, you need to stop. Okay, if that was it, if I had an intervention, and they were like, hey, dude, like, you need to stop drinking. You know, my friends are in a circle and shit. Then sure, yeah, okay. Obviously, something's going on here that I'm not aware of because I black out half the time or I don't know. But I mean, like I said, that's just my opinion. For me, I don't think it's for me. I feel like I should be able to enjoy a beer or two with my mother, with my father, with, you know, whoever it is that I'm with, family, friends, and not have to worry about, hey, fights are gonna happen, or hey, I'm gonna black out. You're gonna find me in an alley, you know, butt naked. I gave up the deed to the house. I lost my car. I gambled it away. Like, I don't have issues to that nature, but I understand there are people out there that have problems. So, you know, there's hope for you guys, and being sober might be the answer. Just saying it out loud, I feel like, oh, maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I should stop drinking. I'm an alcoholic. Anyways, let's not get too so serious and shit. Oof. I feel like I was gonna go into a dark place with that one. But okay, yeah. So New Year's came around. We're in the first week of New Year's. Also, just found out Bretton Wood died the other day, and on the way here, fun fact, I saw there was a freeway underpass, and it was tagged up R.I.P. Bretton Wood. If you guys don't know who Bretton Wood is, he's saying oldies. I believe that's the genre of the music, oldies. I'm not like a music savvy like that. Like, I know some of the songs. I don't know them off the top of my head, not right now. But it's like Otis Redding, stuff like that. Songs of that nature, The Temptations, you know. So the funny thing is, when I saw that in the underpass, when I saw it tagged up, you know, R.I.P. Bretton Wood, my question would be is like, how old was that person that tagged it up? Was it like a old school tagger that came out of retirement and was like, hey, I gotta do it for the wood, go out there and just tag it up? Or was it like a young kid who grew up on that kind of music, you know? When I say young, I mean like, you know, teenager, 20s, like early 20s. Or was it somebody like in their late 30s, late 40s, maybe even 50s? I don't know. You know, that were like really diehard fans, you know? It's always curious, especially when it comes to tagging. Like, you don't know who it is because you don't see who it is. I mean, obviously there's people that hang out with those people, so I know who are the guys that tag it up. They might run in the same crew or whatever the case may be. But when you're just innocent bystander, you know, you're just a daily commuter and you're driving through there and you see it, and you know, you gotta wonder. I wondered when I saw it. I was like, hell yeah, it looked cool too. It was all like in some nice cursive writing and shit. I was like, hell yeah, they know what they're doing. It's all straight. It wasn't all fucking slanted and shit. Like, it was just fucking boom, blasted. And I was like, dude, that's just cool. That's nice, you know. I mean, even though our tax dollars go to fucking clean that shit up, because what's it called when they're, I don't know, you're just not supposed to fucking spray paint on shit. I know that. I don't know what it's called. I'm not that smart. I'm just a guy with a phone and a camera, just talking his mind, or speaking his mind. That's all it is. I don't know where the accent came from, but yeah, still sweater weather, still colder than a motherfucker out here. So I got a beanie on, well, also to hide the fact that my hair is long as shit. Obviously you can't tell because it's matted down. But there is one thing that I noticed even in the last video, dude. My face looks round as shit. Not sure why. Maybe it's just me, you know, because no matter the changes you may go through, you as a person will always see the flaws, you know. Most people will see you and be like, damn, you're looking good, you're losing weight. And you'll look in the mirror and be like, no, I'm still fat as fuck. Which in which case sometimes I do that, but I gotta remind myself, I've come a long way. from where I used to be. From 216 pounds to where I'm at now, that's a fucking big difference. A big difference. There's a lot of dedication in there, a lot of workouts, a lot of trying to figure out what's going to work for me, you know? And I think I'm starting to dialing it down. I'm starting to dial it down to what it actually is. And hopefully when I do this cut and I hopefully do drop down to 200 pounds, you know, what I'm thinking is going to work. And I just got to stay dedicated. I got to stay, I wouldn't say motivated, because motivation sometimes just will not do what it's supposed to do. There are multiple days where I do not want to go to the gym, and I drag my ass to the fucking gym. Sometimes I'm just tired. I'm like, nope, fuck it, I'm going. Sometimes I'm mad, and that makes it easier for me to go, because I can sit at home and be mad, or I can be in the gym and be mad and just push more weight. Some days I'm happy, and those are days I still want to get in the gym, because I'm like, yeah, dude, we're gonna push today. I mean, you gotta play it day to day, day by day, you know. And no matter what you're going through, get your ass in there, bro. I'm not saying find a reason, just fucking go. All right, make it a routine. Like I said earlier, we're creatures of habit. Make that a fucking habit of getting up, going to work, getting your shit done, prepping your fucking food, and getting in the fucking gym. I don't give a fuck if you go and just get on the treadmill. You went to the fucking gym. Make that a routine. You go to the gym and get on a bike and just do the bike. Hey, you're moving more than what you normally do on a daily basis. Some days you may go all out and fucking do all the fucking weight machines in there and do cardio. And then some days you may not even want to fucking be in there, so you do one machine and you do the Stairmaster. At least you're fucking moving, you know? Make it make it something that's consistent. Make it something that is habitual for you to do. If that's the right word. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. Make it a fucking habit and get your ass in there. That's all I'm saying. That is the best thing that you could do for yourself. If it's for New Year's, it's for New Year's, do it. If it's not for New Year's, and if it's just you trying to start something new, then do it. If you're new to the gym, welcome. If you're old to the gym and coming back, welcome. Doesn't matter. We're all going for our own separate goals. Don't compare yourself to anybody there. Don't compare yourself to anybody that you see on social media. Everybody's at a different point of their own journey. Like, you know, you could be at the end of your journey. Maybe you already got a 6-pack, you look good, and you're just gonna take a break for a while. That's cool. Maybe you're just starting, like I was, or worse. You know, maybe you're 200 pounds, 300 pounds, and you're like, bro, something's got to change. So you start changing. That's good for you too. Maybe you're in the middle. Maybe you're like me right now. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm like three years deep. Still tracking all my stuff and still learning new things. Still trying to do as much research as possible. So don't compare yourself to other people. Remember, you got to show up for you. Don't go to the gym for other people either, to impress people, or yeah, just go for you. It is somewhat healing mentally, and then you feel a lot better just looking in the mirror, and you're like, damn. When you get to see what your hard work gives you, especially when it's your body, that's the only motivation you're gonna need. And at the beginning it's hard, because you don't get to see much. And then as time progresses, it's less and less. There is no jump. As far as what I can see, is like, dude, it's like, even now with all the weight that I lost, I still look at myself and I'm like, dude, I look the same. And then I'll go through pictures and stuff during my posts, when I'm posting stuff. I'm like, yeah, nah, I don't look the same. I definitely don't feel the same. So also learn to appreciate the work that you have put in, And regardless of where you're at, if you have made mistakes or if you have, let's say, oh shit, you ate too much for the week, you gained 5 pounds. It's not the end of the world. Pick up where you left off and just keep going. The race isn't over until you cross that finish line. And if you really want to cross that finish line, you'll get there. I think that's everything that I wanted to say today. I hope. But yeah, like I said, the beer was a 8. Would be higher if it wasn't so sweet and if it would give me more of a buzz. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely gonna try posting more. See, the keyword there is try. Let's not talk about it and let's just do it. So happy New Year's to everybody. Happy Christmas. Those holidays are gone. I know people are already counting down for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas and New Year's to come by again. And I'm already counting down too. No. Hey, whatever you're going to do in your life, just make sure it's positive and make sure you're consistent when it comes to your health. Nothing but peace and love to everybody out there. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So anytime there is a new video, you guys are the first ones to know.